What is going on, guys? Another day of cooking over here. And on today's episode of Being a Private Chef, I accidentally set off my client's fire alarm in their beautiful high rise. But a little more on that later. Today started out pretty simple, just cooking up some steaks and a little bit of French onion soup. So I got to seasoning those steaks and then slicing up a ton of sweet onions before I get those caramelized in a little bit of butter and some neutral oil. I like to cook my onions down for a very long time whenever I'm making French onion soup. These guys cook down for about an hour with a little bit of salt, some bay leaves, and some thyme. And once those are looking really dark and caramelized, I'll deglaze my pan with a little bit of red wine with just a splash of white wine as well, before transferring those into a smaller pot and then topping it off with a really good quality beef stock. I think the stock that you use for French onion soup is definitely the most important ingredient. Bland stock is going to equal a bland soup, unfortunately. And while that soup was simmering away, I just got into doing my veg prep. So I had some tri-colored peewee potatoes that I blanched off in a little bit of heavily salted water and some patty pan squashes that I just cleaned up and got roasting in a pan. I normally just saute these guys in a little bit of olive oil and salt, but today they were actually a little bit bitter and not tasting that great. I don't know what was going on. Normally I love these guys, but after my potatoes were done cooking, I just got them in a roasting tray with some olive oil and some sea salt and got those roasting in a 400-degree oven. And then it was time to get into cooking my steaks. And normally I prefer to grill my steaks, and my clients prefer that as well. But we're up here in this high rise and there's no grill up here, which means that everything is going to get cooked in a pan. I like to cook my steaks just flipping every 30 seconds, make sure I render off the fat cap before finishing them off in a really hot oven, and always making sure you give your steaks enough time to rest. The resting time is just as important as the cooking time. And then it was time to get into doing dinner, and this is where things kind of went wrong. So I had the broiler on, and I was ladling up my soup, topping it with some crostinis and some cheese, and then get that going in the broiler to get it nice and bubbly and golden. And this is where the alarm went off, and it was honestly super embarrassing, but thank God my clients are really cool, and I've been with them for years, and this has never happened before. Just a perfect storm of being up in this new apartment and the fan not working very well, and someone closed the windows on me. And unfortunately, due to the alarm, I kind of got thrown off and forgot to record plating up the steaks. And I did a little panna cotta with some macerated strawberries for dessert. I haven't really been filming my desserts, but I'm thinking about doing videos of them on their own, but that was my day.